Shh. Come closer. It's time to get cozy and listen. We have a very special, very quiet story for you tonight. It's called Elara and the Lullaby of Change.
Our story, it's about a gentle flowing river, a wise shimmering star, and a little girl named Elara. And right now, she's tucked into her bed, but she just can't seem to fall asleep.
You see, Elara lived in a small, sleepy valley, a valley that was bathed in the soft silver light of the moon. And flowing right through her valley was the calm river, sparkling like a ribbon of moonlight. Elara loved watching the river, but tonight, something in her heart felt a little heavy, a little sad.
She was thinking about how nothing ever seems to stay the same. Have you ever felt that way? A little worry deep inside that everything you know and everything you love is always changing?
It was this one little thought, just turning over and over in her mind, keeping sleep so very far away. "The water I saw in the river yesterday," she whispered to herself, "it's so far away from me now. It's gone. Forever."
And so, ever so quietly, she slipped out of her bed, slid her feet into her soft slippers, and tiptoed outside into the cool night. The air felt so nice on her cheeks. It smelled of sweet starmint and damp earth, and all around her, the crickets were singing their sleepy, gentle lullaby.
And that's when she saw him, sitting right there by the riverbank, a calm, tall figure. It was Orion, the guardian of the valley. He wasn't made of ordinary things, you see. He was made of thousands upon thousands of soft, shimmering specks of stardust. He was the Star Weaver.
Orion's voice was like the softest whisper of the wind. He saw the little worry in Elara's eyes, and gently he reached out his hand, which was made of pure light. "Come," he said softly, "I have something to show you." And just like that, Elara felt her feet lift from the ground, and together they began to float, so peacefully and weightlessly, just above the flowing water.
On their quiet journey down the river, they were going to make 3 very special stops. First, they would visit a little sapling. Then, some smooth, mossy rocks. And finally, they would look at her own reflection, right there in the water.
They paused right beside a small, young tree growing at the water's edge. "Do you remember what this was just last spring?" Orion asked gently. Elara thought for a moment. It was only a tiny seed. And as Orion touched the sapling, they could almost see a shimmering picture of that little seed, glowing softly right inside of it.
"That's right," Orion whispered. "It changed, it grew into something new and different. But you see, it is still on its path to becoming the very same oak tree it was always meant to be."
They floated on to some large mossy rocks that were resting in the middle of the river. "These look like they've never changed at all," Elara said in a small voice. But when Orion touched one of the rocks, Elara saw an image from a time long, long ago, a huge stone with sharp, pointy edges. The river had washed over it so gently for thousands and thousands of years, making it smooth.
"The water changed its shape," Orion explained, his voice so calm and deep. "It made it smooth and soft to the touch. But through all of that time, it has always been, and it still is, the very same rock." And at last, they floated slowly back to where they began. Elara looked down into the calm river, and she saw her own face looking right back at her. But as the water moved, her reflection rippled and danced. Her face was changing, with every single gentle current.
Elara just watched her own wavering face in the water below. And then Orion's soft voice spoke the most important words of the whole night. "Changing isn't disappearing, little Elara. Changing is growing."
And in that quiet, peaceful moment, Elara felt a great calm just wash right over her. The sound of the flowing river, it didn't make her feel sad anymore. Now, it sounded like a beautiful song, a gentle lullaby, all about growing.
She finally understood. The water flows and changes, but the river is always the calm river. The seed grows and changes, but it is always on its way to being the tree. The sharp stone is softened and changed, but it is always the rock. And as you change and grow, every single day, you are always you.
Orion finished weaving the starlight in his hands. He held out a single, shimmering thread,
one that shone with a steady, gentle light. "This is for you," he said softly, "to remind you of the constant light that is always inside of you."
Elara gently took the warm thread. She thanked him and went back to her room. She climbed into her cozy bed and placed the little thread of starlight right on her pillow. It cast a soft, steady, peaceful glow in the dark room, her very own little star.
She closed her eyes, listening to the peaceful sound of the river, and finally drifted into a deep, restful sleep. Good night. Like the river, we all change and grow every day, but with that constant light inside, we are always us. Sweet dreams.